Bror Fredrik coming at you with another episode of Hey Bror Fredrik. On this episode, I'm going to cover one of the most insidious yet common myths or lies in all of casinodom, and that is the casino's money. I'm playing with the casino's money. Well, it's just the casino's money, and I'm going to share with you why that's so detrimental and how it's harming your gaming, your experience. And if you wrap your head around this concept, you will Vegas better, and it'll permeate all the other areas of your life. And we're going to handle that right after this. Welcome back. For those of you new to the channel, again, my name's Bror Fredrik, local Las Vegas-based photographer, videographer, cinematographer, and part-time philosopher. So I'm driving up the beautiful Las Vegas Strip on a beautiful morning, and we're going to get right into the topic of why the concept of the casino's money, and I'm air quoting, is a myth, and it's a lie. And here we go. So if you take $100 and put it in a slot machine, the Buffalo, how much of that money is yours and how much is the casino's? Well, if you hit the cash out button, 100% of it, that $100 is yours. If you buy in at a table for $500 at a craps table, how much of that money is yours and how much of it is the casino's? 100% of it is yours, the full $500. You could turn around and decide to go back to your room. You could decide to do anything you want to do because that money is yours. Now that same $100 in the Buffalo, once you hit spin 60 cents, now the casino, assuming you didn't win, they have 60 cents of your money. That 60 cents is now theirs, and you remain with $99.40. That is your money. Now, suppose, let's go in the opposite direction. Suppose you win. Suppose you hit a nice line hit on the Buffalo and you're up to $297. How much of that is your money and how much of it is the casino's money? You're at the craps table, you hit a few numbers, someone else did, few passes, everything's good. You took that $500 and turned it into $942. How much of that is the casino's money and how much of it is yours? Well, I'll tell you the exact percentage. 100% of that is yours. The minute it runs up, doesn't matter whether you cash out or not, that money is 100% yours. The concept of it's the casino money leads to poor money management. It leads to foolish decisions because 100% of that money is yours. And I cannot tell you how many times I've seen and I've heard the concept of the casino's money. So let's get into detail right now about what that mindset is, the casino's money. Okay, the typical person who says, it's the casino money, and I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it, but let's not do that anymore. Grasp the concept, the casino's money. Oh, well, I put $100 in this machine and I'm up to 400. So I'm going to max bet now, and I'm going to hope to replicate that hit. First of all, if you had a massive hit and you went from, or a massive run, and you went from 100 to 400 on any machine, you beat the odds. So it's time to go. So let's just clear that up. Now, if you decide to play differently afterwards, hoping to replicate the run you had to get you there, and you say, well, it's the casino's money, it's just the casino's money, and then you play down. Suppose you have discipline. Suppose you have halfway decent discipline and you play down to the original $100 buy-in. You were never able to replicate that run. Same thing on the craps table. You took it from 500 to 2,000, and then you start betting, willy-nilly and doubling your bets and come betting, and you're just going nuts. And you say, okay, well, I ran it down to my 500 bucks. I broke even. I ran it down to $100 on the Buffalo and I broke even. I didn't lose. No, 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 no. You lost. You're a loser if you do that. You have lost at the game of Vegas. You have failed Vegasing at that point. Because if you ran your initial buy-in on a machine up to whatever past your original amount, or on the craps table or any other game in this town or any town, and then you run it down to your initial buy-in, yeah, there's some satisfaction and salvation in knowing that, you didn't lose what you put in, but you still lost that profit. That money was yours. It was not the casino's money. You could have, upon winning that, you could have got up, you could have requested a rack, you could have cashed out, you could have walked away at any point. When I was very, very young, playing up in Reno, an old dealer told me at a blackjack table with a crooked nose and garlic on his breath, he said, son, that seat ain't got no seat belts. There's nothing keeping you here. Lesson for life. So if you were ahead and you ran it down to your initial buy-in or your initial insert into that slot machine, I hate to tell you, you lost, and that was poor discipline. And I want you to get out of the notion of it's the casino's money. It's the casino's money. Well, I'm playing with their money. Well, I'm playing with their money, and I had fun playing with their money. No, it was your money. As soon as the ringing and the dinging and the clapping and the cheering stopped, that money belonged to you. It was no longer the casino's money. That's your money. That was your 400. That was your 2,000. That was your 92. Whatever it was, it belonged to you. It did not belong. You got it from the casino, but it did not belong to the casino. You chose to give it back. And that's what they're hoping for. That's the whole magic of this town that keeps the lights on. They're hoping you adopt the mentality of it's the casino's money. Now, suppose you cash out ahead. Good for you. You've done your good discipline. You cashed out while you were ahead. Great. Now, that money is still yours. You cannot walk around for the rest of your trip, for the rest of your day, for the rest of the time you're in the casino, or the next day or the week after and say, well, it's the casino's money that I'm playing with. And then you don't care, because you were up 500 on Sunday, so you don't really care if you lose 100 here, 100 there, 100 here, 100 there, that you would never do with your own money, because it's the casino's money. Again, the concept of it's the casino's money, it grates away, it wears away at your discipline. So remove the idea of it's the casino's money. And a lot of people say that in the positive sense too. They say, well, I won big on the Buffalo, I won big at the poker tournament, I won big at roulette, I won big at whatever it happens to be. And then they go and buy themselves a watch because it's the casino's money. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. But stop calling it the casino's money. Say to yourself, I won this at the casino, therefore I'm gonna treat myself to a rollie. Therefore I'm gonna make my next car payment, whatever it is. I'm gonna put this money away for my next trip back here. Just stop calling it the casino's money, because at any point, whether you're up or down, that money is yours. Especially when you're up, especially when you're up. You have to treat it like it's yours. Don't change how you're betting. Don't change how much you're betting unless you're really on a roll. You want to press it a little bit, that's fine. But remove the notion of it's the casino's money, because all you're doing is rationalizing and giving yourself an excuse not to be disciplined. And that's how this town is being built. That's what this casino resorts world up on the left is counting on. That if by chance you happen to be winning, you happen to be ahead of them at a table, at a machine, which is gonna happen, that you have in your mind, it's the casino's money. it doesn't really matter what I do with it. It was free money anyway, so if I bet a little whatever, a little randomly, if I up my bet, if I take stupid bets, if I play a dumb machine, whatever, they're hoping on that. This place right here is being built on that notion, hoping that you adopt the notion of the casino's money. So people, friends, I implore you, I want to teach you, I want to guide you. Forget the concept of it's the casino's money. It's one of the biggest lies, one of the biggest myths, one of the biggest traps in all of casinodom. It's your money. From the time you get off the airplane, from the time you park your car, your money is your money. Once you spin, once you place a bet and it's a loser, it is no longer your money. But any other money in a machine or on a table belongs to you. Remove the concept of the casino's money. You will have a better time, you will enjoy this town, and you will develop discipline that will permeate every other aspect of your life. It's life-changing, game-changing. Life is about discipline, and I always say, if you can have discipline in Las Vegas, you can have discipline anywhere. So I want to thank everyone for coming along for this ride. Just headed into some traffic about now. So I'm going to spin around. I got a few things to do, and I thank you for all your support. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do that via Patreon. There'll be a link popping up soon. You could click on the links in the description. You could take a channel membership, or as I said in the beginning, you could simply like, share, subscribe, especially hit that bell button, because I go live anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week from the Strip. It's a lot of fun. Join the Bror Nation and check out the Bror Nation Facebook public group. A lot of fun, a lot of great people. Bror Nation is a family. We're a family. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.